Green Inferno is about a group of students from New York who fly to the Peruvian Amazon to save a dying tribe. Only their plane crashes, and they are then taken captive by the very tribe they saved. What really inspired the Green Inferno is this modern form of activism, which I call reactivism, which is basically people hear about something that's wrong, that's going on, and they just hit the retweet button on Twitter, and they don't really do anything more than that. People tend to latch onto these things to make themselves feel better without really doing the research into it. So I wanted to write a story about modern activists, about students that are very smart, well-educated, kids from New York City, very sophisticated families, who all get involved in a cause that they don't really know anything about.
Atención, 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 la línea que me escucha. Tenemos un compañero herido. El compañero que me escucha, responda, por favor. Corte.
So guys, when I ask you to get in the boats, get in the boats.
Ira y yo y Lisa.
Yeah.
Sonido, un ayudante que tenga.
Puta madre.
The weather was the biggest challenge shooting in Peru because 1 minute it's sunny, 1 minute it's raining, then it's hot, then it's cloudy. So to shoot a scene over 4 hours, you have all kinds of different conditions. So it was a huge challenge for us, you know. And that's the thing about shooting in Peru is you'll have a location, you'll love it, you'll film it, and you come back 2 days later and it's been completely washed away. Shooting in the village was an incredible experience. You know, I wanted it to look real. I wanted to find a place that no one had ever filmed before. And where we shot the Green Inferno is farther up the Amazon than any other feature film has shot before.
Save your battery. There's no signal until camp.
Ignacio, te vi demasiado tierna.
I grew up doing movies on green screen where I had to pretend that, you know, I was in space and a bunch of weird things. And now I'm finally, you know, doing a film where I'm actually there in the location, experiencing, you know, the atmosphere and everything. And you know, the risk was all part of doing it.
One more.
No, let's go in close. Just get their faces. Just get.
We had to take like a 50-minute ride in the morning, and we took like an hour boat ride to the village. It was like the very last village on this boat ride where you feel like at the end of it, are you ever going to get there? It's just so remote.
Yep.
So I got really sick and had to go to a hospital in the Amazon and had a shot, and that was a very scary experience. And then, because I had allergic reactions to my bug bites, a doctor had to come to the hotel too and give me a shot too. So I've had multiple shots while I was in the jungle.
We worked with a great company, Chiloé, where when we crashed the airplane, we really crashed a plane.
Sin cortar, no cortéis.
We built an entire airplane on a gimbal that we could spin 360 degrees. I told the actors, you're gonna be upside down. We mounted the cameras in the plane and we spun that thing like a drum and they flew everywhere.
All of us were like, woo!
Shooting in Peru and Chile was an incredible experience. I had filmed in Chile before with Aftershock and loved my whole team and really wanted to come back here. So I wrote the Green Inferno while I was working on Aftershock. And as soon as Aftershock was done, we set up the Green Inferno. One of the major challenges was how are we going to film this jungle? Because there isn't jungle in Chile. We had to go to Peru.
Karin, Bruna, Tatiana. ¿Qué me falta? Kenny es.
Eli.
¿Saben que yo soy Eli?
Soy director.
Ah, ¿tú cómo te llamas?
Sounds like the same Kirby.
Say hola.
Hola.
Hola. Hola. Es un video.
¿Le gusta estar pintado? Sí. ¿Sí?
Tú fuiste.
¿Quién soy yo?
I think they're just as overwhelmed as we are. I'm just like, wow, this is breathtaking.
¡Agarramos chanchito! ¿La soltemos y agarramos otro? Sí. 1, 2, 3, ya. Contemos altera. Contemos hasta 10. 1, 2, 3.
It was great to watch the kids of the village start to get it. Kids pick up on things so quickly. And you could see the first day they were nervous, they didn't know what to do, but by the end they were yelling action, they were yelling cut. We had them doing the slate.
45, 38, primera, acción.
And a couple of the girls want to go on to be actresses. You know, they saw Lorenza had gone from Chile to America and become an actress there, and she spoke to them about how you could do it and learn English, and these girls were fantastic actors.
Well, Justine's a very bright, passionate young lady. She comes from a very privileged family. She grew up in New York. She's one of those girls who always had what she wanted. However, she doesn't take anything for granted. She's always fought for what she's wanted. Her mother died at a young age. She's very close to her father. She wants to make change.
We were told it was going to be a tough shoot, and it certainly is. It's just not an easy location to film. We're shooting the protest scene. We're about to blow up a bulldozer. This location is difficult because we're at the bottom of a hill, and the weather changes every 5 minutes, so it's hard to have continuity. Yesterday it rained pretty brutally, and the entire hill turned into a mudslide, so walking up and down became extremely difficult. I was actually worried for a minute we might get stuck basically at the bottom of a bowl, but the sun came out and dried up enough for us to leave. You know, this will be the day that test their patience. Great.
Está bien. What do you need?
What we need, the guy in the
More
tree, fall.
Ah, llenar el fuego.
¡Corre!
These dudes are real guys who live in a village without electricity, without running water, without any amenities, and they're super strong. Like, these dudes live in the jungle. They have machetes. They're constantly battling back the jungle and the animals that live there and the bugs and making this place their own.
Yeah, I love them.
La terminación. De eso están hablando, ¿no?
Están viendo de que para el closer no se ve muy bien.
Es una terminación de primer.
Claro, ellos le dicen que no tienen con qué secar.
And also, I remember when we shot the scene of the students arriving, and it was incredible because all of the villagers became part of the movie.
Cuadro.
I remember when we got there and we shot this sequence of this swarm of villagers grabbing them and pulling at their hair. It was incredible. It was actually terrifying. villagers were wonderful. They were so sweet to all the students and all the girls. That you'd see the guys holding up their hair and blowing on their necks. But when we called action, they really got into it, and it was terrifying, you know, just screaming, "Chicaruna, chicaruna," and grabbing the skin and touching the hair like they've never seen anything like this before. The energy was just incredible. You could feel it. And then afterwards, everyone kept yelling, "Chicaruna, chicaruna," and laughing like we were screaming and possessed. And we had the absolute best time.
Hello, please help us. Please help us.
Working with Eli Roth, he's a guy who has a great sense of humor. So it makes the set an easy place to be and to work.
You think the U.S. government didn't allow 9/11 to happen?
This is the one that Carlito made?
No, conocí los películas.
I play Daniel, one of the activists, the oldest one. Well, this guy, he's not in college, but this guy is very close to Alejandro, the character of Ariel Levy. So he traveled with them as a logistic engineer for all the stuff they're making.
Runs back to get her dad.
Muy bien, vamos.
Acción! Okay, that's the top. So all I need right now, pull your arm back, is this. So Aaron's looking at her. What is that? And just is that. And acción. All right. Now freeze, still rolling, sin cortar. Get the tongue in. Yeah, really reach in there. Nicolas Lopez, Miguel Asensio, and I have started what we call Chilewood. You know, we really want to do Hollywood-style movies here in Chile. And part of that is you get to do the effects practically.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I got ants crawling on me, guys.
Okay.
I don't know, I've seen them.
We go from this.
Yeah, be aware if we're doing a fourth one.
Shooting?
Yes.
Action. It's weird. It's more real with the fake Aaron. He's a better actor.
What'd you say?
More, you know, he's a better actor than Aaron. No, he looks more real. The cameras are going to start out here, guys.